What's up, guys? Welcome back. So, Colorado, they face Nebraska later on today, and on this video, I'm just talk about my key takeaways to the game for both ends, but mainly Colorado. Um, the key takeaways from the game here. What do they have to do to be successful? In my opinion. So I'm looking at the Colorado depth chart here, and I also have the Nebraska depth chart. So as you see here, Colorado is heading. They yesterday they head off to Lincoln, Nebraska. Now, the first takeaway from this game is this is just a combination of two ideas: the trenches and the secondary. I think the secondary on both ends are going to have their. We're really on Nebraska. They're going to have their work cut out for them. The secondary, for Nebraska. But they have a lot of experience on their end. But again, they're going to have their work cut out for them. They had their work cut out for them last game. The last time these teams faced was last year, which was Coach Prime first season, and they had a lot of problematic areas on the team, and they still was able to come off with that victory. But now, as you see here, they got Jordan Seaton. He's a bona fide offensive lineman. So they have him coming into the to the scene. They had problematic areas in their left tackle position last year, but seemed to have been fixed this time. And they go Rock. He's a starting right tackle. And obviously we got the punter there, Mark Bassett. He's pretty solid. But the key takeaways is the trenches and the secondary. The secondary for Nebraska, as you see the wide receivers coming right there, they have a tall task here to try to stop all these wide receivers. I mean, you got Will Shepard, Omarion Miller, you got Jimmy Horn Jr., you got Caleb Mathis, Travis Hunter, you got Terrell Timmons Jr., LaJonte Wester, Draylon Miller, Asad Wasim. The list goes on and on. Jordan Onovu. I mean, Cam McKell. The list goes on and on. Okay. Their wide receiver room is hard to stop. And we saw the play of Jimmy Horn last game. He was playing like a man possessed. So, okay, what do you do if you're in their secondary? Let me ask you this. Like, what do you do? Do you keep all the attention on do you keep all the attention on Travis and then you leave Jimmy open, or whoever else, or LaJonte Wester? Like, what do you do if I believe Nebraska has a very serious problem here? Now, as far as for Colorado, one main takeaway is they got to start the running game. The running game will keep the defense honest. But I'm gonna tell you something, guys. They can win without a running game. This is crazy. They got such high powered receivers that they specialize in yards after the catch. They can actually win this game in the air. But they ideally you will like to implement a running game. Now, as far as the running game for Nebraska, they have a running game. We know that. And what they're going to do is they're going to implement that running game to try to take time off the clock to keep Shador and those receivers off the field. Okay, that's exactly what they're going to do. Um, they're going to try to keep them off the field. And that's the thing to do here. Like, you got to keep them off the field. Um, yeah, you got to keep them off the field and see what happens after that. Because if you keep them off the field, then Colorado, their game plan changes because the time is running down. This is excuse me. This is later in the in the game. Later in the game, their game plan changes if that happens. So I think that Colorado, with that being said, even though Nebraska's coming with the running game, they have to stop the running game. It's going to be a tall task for Colorado to stop that running game. But they also have some tools in their shed, which is that passing game. As long as Shador has time, they're going to be effective in the air. If he doesn't have time and he gets rattled early on, not rattled, but if he gets hit early on, it's going to be a problem, especially if they don't have a running game. So those are the key takeaways to the game, man. It's very easy. Again, let me just sum this up for Colorado. Running game, protect Shador, and that's pretty much it. And stop the running game on defense. That's for Colorado. Nebraska, they have to somehow stop that passing game and somehow get to Shador. But take time off the clock and with the running game. That's their best weapon against Colorado, because it's hard to stop these wide receivers, man. They the way they practice, like Coach Prime said, if you practice a certain way, then you come to the game. So these players are conditioned to play a certain way. They're conditioned to play a certain way, man. These are straight athletes, and that man right there, Jimmy Horn, is going to be hard to stop him. It's going to be hard to stop him. Let me go back. So yeah, it's going to be hard to stop him. So we're going to see what happens in this game, but I'm excited about this game right here. A lot of the analysts are saying that, oh, this is the game of games. No, this is not it. Only thing they have to do on Colorado side is implement a running game, protect Shador, and their defense have to stop that running game. It's not an easy thing to do though, but that's what they have to do. And if they cannot stop that running game, it's going to be a back and forth. And they're going to Nebraska's going to take time off the clock. But they can still effectively win this game with the wide receiver core they have. But if they get to Shador and they start hitting him and taking him out of his game, then we're gonna have issues at that point. But we're gonna see. I will be going live a little later just to let everybody know where the link is to watch the game. We're all gonna watch the game together if you want to, and then stay tuned for our press conference. Our post game show. But all right, guys, I'll see you later. Peace.